up, everybody? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 597. Man, now see what's going on, man. You guys keep telling me, man, hey, Luffy ain't as stupid as you think. You need to give Luffy more credit than what you give him and everything. Got this whole series, Luffy, you big dummy, which I will be making into a playlist, soon. I was thinking about waiting until I got caught up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just do it now. So, anyway, getting down to it. Luffy got this tattoo, 3D, 2Y. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is the significance of it, right? I'm thinking, hey, I'm a pretty smart guy. It's a code, but what the fuck is this? So Luffy was telling his crew he exited out. It was like, it ain't just 3 days anymore. It's going to be 2 years. And it's something that only the Straw Hats could get, which that in itself was pretty clever, okay? The other thing, though, is Luffy went through all of this with the Navy, paying respect, making sure that he got in the camera so the world government can take the picture for the newspaper and all this stuff, right? So all the Straw Hats can get the message. 2 years. And I think the one who can benefit the most from it, it's actually two people who can benefit the most from it. It will be Usopp, because, Usopp, turned into, big roly-poly dude. So you got 2 years to work all that stuff off. And I'm not even trolling right now. I'm being dead serious. Like, if Usopp does not come back after this 2-year break as a total badass, I'm going to be so disappointed. Like, I'm not saying badass like on the level of Zoro or something like that, because as Zoro said, I believe, during the Water 7 arc, when Luffy and Usopp were kind of getting into it, he said, well, of course, Usopp would have got stronger. He's been traveling with us. We fought some really strong people. So Usopp isn't a pushover. He's a huge coward, which is why I'm hoping when he comes back, he's not going to be a complete coward. I still expect him to be like the regular person in the crew, so when they meet these outrageous people, Usopp, Nami, they freak out and, panic, get scared. But when the occasion comes, I'm definitely expecting Usopp to come up, because him being a sniper gives him a rather unique set of skills to offer to Luffy and the crew, because especially when you take in this Haki, if Usopp can learn this observation Haki, hands down, like, Usopp can find the target, snipe them out from long range, maybe upgrade his weapons. That's going to be really cool, just the potential. This Haki stuff, it has the potential to go what I call boom or bust. Like, it has the potential to be really awesome, and it has the potential to ruin a lot of the fights. Because so far in One Piece, I mean, there's been strategy involved, but the fighting's been more intimate. It's been more fisticuffs right in your face, and Haki, it opens the door for it to still be like that, but at the same time, it opens the door for some ass pulls. So I'm going to be really interested to see where this goes, because this is an element to a story that you introduce, you foreshadowed it, you introduce it, you start explaining it, and it can either make the story better or it can ruin it. And so, really interested to see where Oda takes this, and in particular how someone like Usopp can benefit from the observation Haki, which, according to Rayleigh, allows you to sense the direction of your enemies, allows you to sense how many people there are. And I like how Rayleigh says, like, yeah, you went to Skypiea, they call that mantra up there. And I'm like, oh shit, so that little girl had that, and Anel, Enryu had that, okay? And I love that. I love that. Oda's just been building all of this up, and, Luffy is like, yeah, I've seen that before. And, Rayleigh explains, like, hey, when it comes to the color of arms Haki, it's the only thing that can attack a devil fruit user. Even those Logia types. Luffy says, oh, that's how you're able to hit Akainu. And you mean people like Smokey and Aokiji. I love how he calls Smoker Smokey. I thought that's like totally in character. You'll hear me every now and then say OOC, which is out of character. That was totally in character for Luffy to say, oh yes, Smokey. I love that. I thought that was pretty cool, the fact that Luffy just went through a traumatic experience, but at the same time, he's starting to rebound. We're seeing him come out of his inmost cave, and, I guess you could count this as being his ordeal. So I think that that's pretty cool, man, the fact that, this is what's going on. Again, that's a reference to the hero's journey. So I thought that was pretty cool that, this is coming on. And when it comes to the Supreme King Haki, Rayleigh tells him, like, hey, like, you've been able to use it, and I'm just going to warn you. Like, yes, I use it at the auction house. I have control over it, and I don't want you to go out spamming this stuff, because what's going to be happening is you're going to overwhelm people that you didn't originally intend to knock out with this power, you need to be trained. Normally, it takes a long time for people to learn all three stages of Haki. Hell, even just to master one form of it. But kids, you got talent, and it's that shonen trope, main character. You know, you take in your role with it, okay? Especially when you look at some of the people that Oda's been inspired by. You just take it and roll with it. I mean, it's the shonen thing or whatnot. So the other thing I thought was pretty cool is Rayleigh tells him, like, we're going to find out what you're good at and we're going to build from there. And that's Rayleigh talking like a teacher, because one thing you do when you teach somebody, and it doesn't have to be kids, it can be adults, anybody. When you teach somebody a new skill, what you do is first you talk to them, find out where their head's at, find out what they're already good at, and then you build them up based off of what their natural talents are, what they're good at. And so with Rayleigh saying this, that's his way of saying, okay, if you're good at Supreme King, we're going to start with Supreme King. If you have a better grasp on color of arms, we're going to start you with color of arms. If you have a better grasp on observation Haki, we're going to use observation. We're going to put you through the ringer, find out exactly what your specialty is. You're going to learn that, and then after you learn that, we're just going to keep making it more and more difficult. We're going to add something else onto it, then add something else onto it. So I like that aspect, man. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool that, you know, Oda is breaking it down on that level. Now, I know you're like, well, who's the second person you expect to get better during this 2-year time period? Now, I know I throw a lot of shade at Nico Robin, okay? And for a second, I was like, yeah, she's going to get better, all right? But, you know, get better. But the thing on that is, it's like I could throw some shade at Nico Robin, but looking at all the Straw Hats, I really feel as if Nico Robin could potentially take things to another level, because 2 years with somebody like Dragon, basically being in Dragon's crew, learning the Revolutionary Army, when you look at the significance of that, and you look at, I'm not even trolling, I'm being dead serious. When you look at the significance of it and you look at the poneglyphs, it's something Oda's been thrown in there. And the fact that, you know, her island got wiped out and Dragon's taking interest in her just because of that, and the world government put this huge bounty on her at a very young age, that isn't something you just throw in there by chance. So Robin, at some point in this story, is going to have a huge role. And I can think of no better way for Oda potentially to revisit the idea of a war arc by having a revolution arc, which that in itself will be nuts. That will be nuts if he goes this route and takes a longer approach to it. Because, you know, the Marineford War, it was short and to the point, but at the same time, it was pretty epic. But now you're talking about potentially having the revolutionaries and the world government, and the whole stuff with the blank period, this void period or whatnot, and you're talking about something that will literally alter the One Piece landscape. And that in itself needs to be something that takes place over a decent length of time. So I'm really, really interested to see how Oda's going to pull that one off, because I feel like he's building towards that. So Nico Robin, I'm expecting her to get a lot smarter. I'm expecting her to get a lot smarter. At first, I was going to say I was expecting Nami to get improvement, learn the observation Haki, but it doesn't look like that's what she's going to do. But if she were to learn it, it just help with the navigation, because she'd be able to probably predict the currents even better than she does. And given the fact that the new world is even more insane when it comes to the weather, is something that could happen. And just speaking of weather, I do like the fact that this island that Rayleigh has Luffy on, this island is going through a different season each week. And so it's one extreme to next. Really hot, really cold, etc. I mean, you're getting all of the seasons. So Luffy's body is never really going to have a chance to adapt. It's always going to be keeping him on his toes. And when Rayleigh uses the observation Haki, he says there's over 500 animals on this island who are more powerful than you. And if you want to survive, you got to get tough. You got to get really tough really quickly. I'm not going to let Boa Hancock pamper you. She wants to bring you all this food, wants to wait on your hand and foot, wants to rub one off on you. She wants to help you in every way possible. But I'm not going to let her do it, okay? That ain't happening. And Boa Hancock, she just throws a fit over it, right? Like, she's like, who are you to get in between me and my one true love? And, you know, she's going on Luffy's dick hard as hell at this point. But what's really cool about that is the fact that Rayleigh says, like, look, woman, you got to chill out. I gotta toughen this kid up. If You want to support him, just pray for him. That's the best thing you can do for him because he's about to go through some real shit right now. And if he doesn't get broken in now, he's not going to make it in the new world. And as Luffy's watching Rayleigh basically toy around with this massive elephant, Luffy says, man, Roger's crew, the King of the Pirates crew, was really something else. I'm like, yeah, dude, they really were something else. Like, I'm still kind of standing with it. Prime Rayleigh could probably drag his dick across the face of all the admirals. Like, that's, because, I mean, he's going fist to cuffs with these dudes anyway. So, I mean, he's got this knowledge about Haki and everything. He's Roger's right-hand man. It just makes sense. So, I like that. And I like the fact that Zoro, like, it's like Zoro, the moment I start feeling another character, Zoro just does something to make me go like, yo, I like this dude right here. Like, I like how what Zoro did is Zoro's telling Mihawk, like, train me, teach me everything that you know. And Mihawk's like, look, I'm not going to train somebody who can't finish what he starts. You lose to a couple of monkeys and can't fight your way off the island and fight your way back to sea. Are you serious right now? Do you have no pride as a man? And Zoro says, no, you don't understand. I already whooped all their asses. And I'm like, you already did what? And you just see all these bodies piled up at the door. That is some G shit right there. Like, Zoro whoops their ass and then drops them at Mihawk's doorstep. And he's just like, look, I already did it. Like, you're the only one who can teach me anything. I need to train with you because I want to surpass you one day. And Mihawk just laughs his ass off because he's like, hey, this dude's fucking crazy. He thinks I'm going to train somebody who's going to try and take my head one day. But he agrees to do it. And I think part of the reason is Mihawk is a lot like Zoro in a way. They both got their own code and both of them got flashes of crazy in them. And it's like this, like, Zoro was a pirate hunter. When we first get introduced to Mihawk, he's coming from the Grand Line to hunt down Don Krieg, and he took out his fucking crew like it wasn't anything. And Krieg had a huge crew. So that's something I can see Zoro doing, man. It's like something super crazy, just flashing his skills. So I thought that was pretty cool, and there was an underlying message in that Oda was, basically saying, like, look, man, as a man, and not just as a man, because I got 13% of you guys who watch my videos who are women. So to my 13%ers out there, this is something that, applies to women as well, which is, look, when you start something, you got to finish it. You can't half-ass it. It's like if you decide that you're going to be the best fuck up in the world, be the best fuck up in the world. Learn something from it. And like Luffy said, treat it like an adventure. Because when it comes to life, man, you got to enjoy not just the twists and turns, but, sometimes you got to go straight. Because just going straight, put your foot down on the pedal, and just going for it, that's the only way you're going to learn. But at the same time, don't be afraid to slow down and enjoy the small stuff. And that's what happens when you fully commit to something, is you leave no stone unturned. And so I like the fact that that's what Mihawk is basically telling Zoro at first. Zoro says, no, I already beat these monkeys. Like, these monkeys that you said were watching and learning combat, I already beat them. And Mihawk, he comes to realization. He says a guy like that usually doesn't throw his pride away unless it's for the sake of somebody else. And that is completely true because, it goes back to when you're in love with somebody. Like or when you got love for somebody, there's just certain things that normally you wouldn't do, but at the same time, you're like, look, this makes them happy, or I know this is going to put them in a better place. Really don't feel like doing this shit, but okay, I'll do it. And so I like how that's what you see for Zoro. Zoro, Luffy's crew means everything to him. And more importantly, making sure that Luffy becomes the king of the pirates. That's a bond that they made, and Zoro's not going back on his word because he told Luffy, like, I'll be the greatest swordsman, you'll be the king of the pirates, I'll join your crew, and that's the only reason I'm going to join the crew. And I just love that. I love that because it's showing more development in Zoro's character. And, it's pretty cool. We're almost coming up on 600 chapters, and yet Zoro's character is still taking some steps forward. And I know some of that's probably because Oda, pacing-wise, moves a little slow. Okay? But at the same time, it's that attention to detail. That's what I mean. You just got to enjoy what you're getting. So I thought that this was a pretty good chapter. It's a setup chapter, but it's one of these chapters where it's an information dump. And you can look at this as a world building chapter simply for the fact that we're getting a detailed explanation about Haki. So my chapter question to you guys is going to be, out of all the Haki that were introduced, what's your favorite? Mine, I say observation Haki. I say observation Haki because it seems like it'd be the most beneficial, because I'm one of those people, I feel like the more you know about something, the better prepared you'll be. So I like that. I like that right there. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys.